get asked that question a lot, where we're from. And then, where are you really from, you know? Yeah, like, yeah, but where are you originally from? And I'm like, what do you mean? Oh.
Christmas tree love.
I've never been to India, believe it or not, and I'm almost a bit embarrassed to say that. I was born in the town centre. It was very multicultural upbringing. There was a lot of Indian people. I think they just seemed to congregate in one, you know, it was sort of a few streets and so on. It wasn't until we moved to West Swindon when I think I was 10 years old, and at that point I was the only Indian in the class. It wasn't necessarily a problem, but it was just, I think the children there just weren't used to seeing somebody, you know, of colour.
When I first came here, I came here in 2008 and I started in year 7, and I still remember this day because I was sat there and I just said to my teacher, I don't have a pen. But I didn't say it in the way that I've just done now because I didn't really speak English either. So whilst I was sat there, I actually felt a sense of worry and upset at myself that I couldn't talk to my teacher the way that everyone else around me are. And the way that they were all talking to each other as if they knew each other from a long time and are now friends and are all interacting in the same language whilst I'm sat here not really knowing who to talk to. So that was a big thing for me as a 11-year-old to just understand why I'm in this situation.
My parents are very traditional. Obviously we're Sikh. We would go to the temple regularly. The values of being Sikh, you know, that it's spreading kindness, not just to family but to others. My parents very much instilled that in us. That was a core value that they wanted to uphold. Yeah, no, they were just very open with things, and, you know, we were very... Insular is probably not the right word, but, you know, we very much kept within, you know, our community, as it were, so we didn't really mix a huge amount. We tended to stick with mostly Indian people.
I know my mum, she told me a story growing up that when she used to go to school, people used to throw stones and glass at her as she used to walk to school. I, by the grace of God, have not experienced anything like that. Actually, I have. I remember in high school, in year 8, where I was with my friends. Some are Algerian, some are Pakistani, some were African, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a huge mob of individuals came towards us and threw stones at us. And I remember there was a guy in year 11 who had a stone thrown at him and it cut him on the side of his eye. And he was sent home. That was a lot. And I can remember it now. And I think for so long, I pushed it to the back of my mind. But it makes you realize that these things take place. This happens. And I'm sure it happens to people all the time. But I felt scared. And I've never felt like that before. So it's something that I will never forget.
Something that's a massive part of my life is the running community. You just make friends. You know, you just become friends with people for life, and it's a really, really good community. You feel like you belong and have this passion, and you can just be yourself. In terms of who I am, people aren't looking at me or judging me because I'm Indian. I'm there as a runner.
During the London riots, I do vividly remember a video that was circulating on social media where, and I've got goosebumps relating the story, where there was a man that walked around the corner of a street and he was attacked by a number of individuals for no reason. And that's etched in my brain.
It's just crazy how quickly it escalated to the point where, you know, we were being told, like Jasmine, you know, she sent home from work early and told not to go out, and even though my sister's calling me saying don't go for a run on your own. I'm just like, oh, Cecilia, it's fine. It's like, no, you can't, because they're telling not to go out because any person of colour could get attacked.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can remember being in things a little bit like that from the point of view of the police.
Yeah.
But never to that sort of scale. And usually it was over something even more stupid, which was football. Angry men, basically, who being fed, drip-fed lies for so long that they think that somebody, you know, immigrants, people of colour, are the reasons that their lives are shitty.
Obviously, growing up, you know, we did experience stuff, especially moving from town to West Swindon. You know, we stood out. I mean, I shortened my name because I got fed up of people not being able to pronounce my name. I did it to make it easier for other people.
Yeah.
And that's not the. I mean, of course, I love my name, but if I really think about why I did it to make it easier for other people.
Yeah. I shortened mine because I wanted to be like Tom Cruise.
Not Tom and Jerry. I get it at work, you know, get asked that question a lot, where we're from.
Yeah.
You know, and then where are you really from? You know, it's just like, and you have to say to them, what do you mean? I'm from Swindon. They're like, yeah, but where are you originally from? And I'm like, what do you mean?
It really upset me to see that based on misinformation, based on hatred, this is how people in our country were behaving. It's not what I wanted to see, but it's what I saw.
We were discussing racial equality, we were discussing the sort of barriers and obstacles that people can face, and the question that I posed was, do you fear when you're walking alone on the street at night, do you ever fear someone that might have a hood up or you can't see their face and they're walking in the same direction as you? And for her it was a yep, immediate, you move over. I said the same thing, you don't know who that person is and it's in the middle, you don't know what's going to happen, so it's a safety sort of mechanism, isn't it? I then explained that to her in terms of racial sense, is that when I see someone, and if I ever approach someone or someone approaches me that is a non-person of colour, I always have a first 3 to 5 seconds of a judgment, which is this person potentially leaning towards a prejudiced approach to who I am? Am I going to be in trouble? And I just said to her, I don't know what it's like to be any different. We can't hide our authentic identity because of the way that we look.
The idea of going to India is going to be quite emotional because it's going to be taking me back to my roots. Although I've never been there, that's part of my upbringing. I do want to go, I do feel this piece missing, and I don't know this side of my life. I was sort of 18, coming up to 19 when I left home, and the circumstances around me leaving home was because I was going out with a white boy. Hand on heart, I didn't go to India because I was worried that I would experience a lot of that hostility out there. It's hard to picture what something's like because you've not been there yourself, but from things that my parents have told me, you know, I have a rough picture in my head, but I won't know truly until I go and visit. I know how it is here, but I don't know what it's like out there. It feels really surreal to be here. I don't know, it just doesn't feel... I still can't believe I'm here. It definitely feels like home. I know it's not my home because I'm not, wasn't born here, but it feels homely. And I think because of the familiarity and with my mum and my uncle, yeah, of course, it feels like it's like my second home that I never knew.
One time, I love my little sister. I left him, and the snake come in. I pick up my sister. I leave him.
Oh no, you couldn't take them both. Oh no.
I feel very bad for them.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love hearing these stories because these are things that I guess there's no context to things that she would have told me when she was, about when she was younger. But actually to see it, it gives more context and I can visualise it now. So now all the stories that she'll tell me have got that, they've got more meaning to it because now I can visualise her being here, playing here and seeing where she grew up. Oh, it's just amazing being here and seeing. Yeah, it's really cool, and I'm surprised how quiet it is here. But I'm guessing it's probably because people obviously moved away a lot, and and they only come, obviously emigrated and only come here once or twice a year. So this is my aunt and uncle's house. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਾਰ ਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਾਰ ਆ ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਹਾਇਰ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਆ Okay. Wow, look at this. Hi, कितनी बड़ी kitchen. कितनी बड़ी kitchen. Light, Henny? No light. No light. So they're all my uncles, and those are my cousins. This is better than what I thought, I think, because, it's difficult because to compare it to my mum and dad's gorty, that's obviously a bit more run down because obviously somebody else bought it and now they're renting it out. So, but this is, yeah. So that's a photo. So that's my granddad in the top right. So there's my mum there. So that's my granddad. And there's my uncles here, so there's my aunts as well.
ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਹੋਇਆ 1973 ਚ 1973
So it's round about when my mum got married. So my dad's not in the photo. I didn't realise. I thought, so I asked Mama, my uncle, when they bought this house, and he said, no, this is the house he grew up in. So they were all born in this house. Oh my gosh. I thought we were going to go and walk to where it was, but no, they did. So then this is their house. This is where my mum was born. My aunts and uncles live. So this is literally where my mum grew up.
That gate, just past the gate.
So yeah, so I'm literally right here in the village where my mum was born. Sorry. Oh my goodness. This is my mum. This is our home. I can't believe I've never been here. Oh, okay. Whew. That's immense. That's pretty immense.
If I was ever asked where am I really from, I really am from here. I really am from the UK.
You don't realise until you start talking about it that these are the things that have shaped you for who you are.
I don't mean this as deep as it sounds, but you don't know who you are until you know where you come from.